Today we're taking a look at these NHL matches, which are happening on Thursday, April 6, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Columbus Blue Jackets vs New Jersey Devils. There's nothing to like about Columbus in this contest, as the Blue Jackets have been out of the playoff chase since what seems like an eternity. The Blue Jackets are 3-6-1 in their last 10 games, with all 3 wins coming in overtime, and 2 of those, Washington, Ottawa, coming over teams that are not in the playoff picture right now. They are a dismal 9-24-6 on the road this year and have given up a staggering 40 goals in their last 7 road contests. That includes giving up 8 to Montreal, 7 to Vegas and 7 to Anaheim. New Jersey is a better road team than a home team, but facing a doormat with nothing to play for works in their favor. The Devils roll to a win here with another solid offensive showing. Our team pick is New Jersey Devils minus 1.5 goals. These defenses in the last handful of games have been doing their jobs decently well, as the Blue Jackets are allowing 4 goals in their previous 4 games, while the Devils are giving up 2.75 goals in their last 4 games. A big reason for the under to be the better play is that neither team has been doing too well on the power play throughout the year, as New Jersey is 14th with a 21.5 power play percentage, while Columbus is 25th with an 18.7 power play percentage so far. The under is 9-4-2 in their last 15 games played in New Jersey, so go with under 7 goals in this game. Ottawa Senators vs Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers have been incredible offensively as they are 5th in the sport as they are scoring 3.49 goals per game. They are coming off a 2-1 home win against the Buffalo Sabres to extend their winning streak to 4 games. Matthew Tkachuk scored the game-winning goal and spoke after the game about the team trying to win games and make the postseason as a wild card. Florida is going to be trying to make a postseason push here, while Ottawa really does not have much to play for here, so the motivation factor is critical. There has been a massive difference in the ability to limit the amount of goals given up, as Ottawa is giving up 3.5 goals in their previous 4 games, while Florida is allowing 2 goals in their last 5 games. The favorite has won 4 of the previous 5 games outright, so go with the Florida Panthers to cover the puck line here and dominate this game. Our team pick is Florida Panthers minus 1.5 goals. These teams have been electric on the power play throughout the season, as Ottawa is 6th in the NHL, as they have a 24.4 power play percentage, while Florida is 10th with a 22.5 power play percentage thus far. That has been a big reason why these teams are scoring well, as the Senators are averaging 3 goals in their previous 5 games, while the Panthers are scoring 4.67 goals in their last 3 games. The over is 6-1 in their last 9 games against one another, so go with the over as the better play. Our total pick is over. Washington Capitals vs Montreal Canadiens. The Canadiens have been awful and I see the Capitals stepping up and controlling this game on both ends of the ice. The Capitals should pile on the goals against the Canadiens' defense, which allows 3.68 goals per game, with Alexander Ovechkin, Dylan Strome, and the rest of the forward unit controlling the puck in the offensive zone and creating open shots with great passes near the net. The Capitals should limit the Canadiens' offense, which has only scored 4 goals in the last 4 games, with Nick Jensen, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shooting lanes, allowing goaltender Darcy Kuemper to make plenty of big saves. The Capitals should win the game with a dominant performance on the road. Take the Capitals' money line as road favorites. Both of these teams have trended under this season, with the under going 36-35-6 in Caps games and 38-34-6 in Habs games. With 2 poorly performing offenses in this matchup, I expect this game to hit the under. The Capitals have scored just the 13th fewest goals in the NHL, having generated the 14th fewest expected goals and the 15th fewest high-danger shots in the league. Montreal has been even worse, scoring just the 7th fewest goals in the league, generating only the 3rd fewest expected goals and the 6th fewest high-danger shots in the NHL. I don't expect much scoring in this game, and we should get a similar result as the first game between these teams this season, which was a 3-1 win for Washington. Take the under 6.5 goals here. Toronto Maple Leafs vs Boston Bruins. In a season in which the Bruins have regularly been an enormous favorite, this is a very reasonable money line to take advantage of. The Bruins have lost just 4 times this season and face a Toronto team that has struggled with consistency in recent weeks. After dropping the first game of the season series 2-1 to the Leafs, Boston has won each of the last 2 games by a combined score of 9-5. The Bruins will likely turn to Jeremy Swayman in net and, unlike most teams, the Bruins don't have a drop-off with their backup goalie. In his last 15 starts, Swayman is 10-3-2 in his last 15 starts with a 2.21 GAA. He has 2 shutouts in that span as well. Boston is on the cusp of the NHL record for wins and points and won't be stopped in this spot. Take the Bruins with the money line. Although 2 of the previous 3 games between these teams hit the over, I like the under in this game. Both of these teams have trended under, with the under in Bruins games going 40-33-4 and in Leafs games going 38-34-5 this season. Both Boston and Toronto have been elite defensively. The Bruins are the best defensive team in the NHL by a significant margin, and they've allowed the fewest goals in the NHL. They have given up the 7th fewest expected goals per 60 minutes, 2.92, and the 11th fewest high-danger shots in the league. They're backstopped by the likely Vezina winner in Linus Ullmark. The Leafs aren't far behind them. Toronto's allowed just the 9th fewest goals in the NHL, having given up the 9th fewest expected goals and the 13th fewest high-danger shots in the league. Take the under in what should be a defensive battle. Minnesota Wild vs Pittsburgh Penguins. Minnesota opened up a week sitting in first place in the Central Division, but now, with just 5 games to play, they are tied for first with points, but find themselves sitting in third place, needing a big win to clinch home ice advantage through the playoffs. In their past 11 games played against teams with a losing record, the Wild have an impressive 8-3 record, but after back-to-back losses against the Vegas Golden Knights, they'll need a big bounce-back performance ahead of the postseason. While the Minnesota Wild have certainly been the better of the 2 teams in recent times, the Penguins are certainly playing for the most in this one, bringing with them a massive advantage in this head-to-head rivalry. In the past 8 overall meetings, the Penguins have come away with a 7-1 record, as well as a 6-2 mark in the past 8 matchups in Pittsburgh, and with their season potentially on the line, this is the time to make a massive statement. Our team pick is Pittsburgh. Both of these teams have solid defensive groups and goaltending, but it's the offense that drives all of their success, and it's no different in head-to-head battles, as the over is 5-0 in their past 5 overall meetings and 7-1 in the past 8 matchups in Pittsburgh. For the Wild, the over is 8-3 in their past 11 overall games, and for Pittsburgh, the over is 9-4-1 in their past 14 games after scoring 2 or less goals their last time out, and no matter who comes out on top, this one will be physical and feature plenty of goal-scoring opportunities. Keep it simple, take the over. Buffalo Sabres vs Detroit Red Wings. This is going to be a great game between 2 teams eager to make one final push for the playoffs. The Red Wings look to step up on their home ice, but the Sabres look to bounce back from a rough loss and control this game. The Sabres, who average 3.55 goals per game, should pile on the goals with Tage Thompson, Alex Tuch, and the rest of the forward unit, controlling the puck in the offensive zone and creating open shots with great puck movement. The Sabres should limit the Red Wings' offense, which averages only 2.96 goals per game, with Rasmus Dahlin, Owen Power, and the rest of the defensive unit stepping up at the blue line and cutting off angles to the net on the rush, while goaltender Eric Comrie blanks the shots on the net. The Sabres should win the game with a strong performance on the road. Take the Sabres money line as road favorites. While both of these teams look at the success of their offense as their keys to the future, the defense and goaltending has been solid all season long as well, and with the under being 7-3 in the past 10 games in Detroit, this one should be very interesting. For the Sabres, the under is 3-1-1 in their past 5 overall games, and for the Red Wings, the under is 5-2-1 in their past 8 games following a win, so no matter who comes out on top here, don't expect too many goals. Take the under. Tampa Bay Lightning vs NY Islanders. The Lightning have won 3 straight games, including a 5-0 win over the Islanders. They are playing well offensively, scoring 14 goals in their last 3 games. They've also played well on special teams, converting over 25% of their power play opportunities. The Islanders have done a good job killing penalties, but they're not playing well defensively at the moment, giving up 7 goals in their last 2 games. They gave up 10 goals in 2 games against the Lightning this season and will have a hard time slowing them down once again. The Islanders have lost 4 of their last 6 games. They have struggled offensively, scoring only 3 goals in their last 3 games. They've also struggled on special teams, converting only 16% of their power play opportunities. The Lightning have done a good job of killing penalties, and they've been dominant defensively in recent games, giving up only 1 goal in their last 3 games. They gave up 3 goals in 2 games against the Islanders and will keep their offense in check. Go with Tampa Bay to cover the money line. Our team pick is Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning has gone under the point total in 4 straight games and 3 of 4 on the road. They have limited their opponent to 1 goal or less in 3 straight. New York has gone under the point total in 3 straight games and has not gone over in 5 straight. They have scored 2 goals or less in their last 3 games. The Islanders have an elite defense, ranking high in the NHL in several key defensive categories, including 4th in average goals allowed per game, 2.49. The last matchup between these two teams went under the point total. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair. Look for this game to go under 5.5 goals.